Hey everybody, Coach Chris here. We just get better, and I have my youngest son here. His name is Calix, and I wanted to bring him in on this video today to talk about something that's very key to young people, and he has demonstrated this in a major way, and I appreciate him for that. And but it takes some coaching and some TLC and just some mentoring in order for a young athlete to be able to grasp this concept. And what it is the concept of coachability, all right? And that's basically putting yourself in a mind frame to where you're going to do whatever needs to be done to make the team better, regardless if it's something that you don't want to do. If it means at the end of practice you have to do 25 more sprints, rather than being like, oh man, I don't want to do it, you're like, all right, coach, let's go. If this is going to make me better, let's do it. Okay, and so let me give you a little backstory here. Calix here, we play in a flag football league, and last year he played quarterback, and he was the number 2 quarterback in the league. At the end, they gave out awards, and one person beat him out for the number 1 quarterback of the season. And so that in itself, when you play quarterback and you're striving for that goal to be the best, that was a little bit of blow, but it's just part of sports. Sometimes you're not the top dog, but that doesn't stop you from playing. So that is kind of the backstory here. He's a quarterback, very good quarterback, came second in the quarterback comp. Actually, he won the quarterback competition. He was the MVP of the All-Star game. He just didn't get the top quarterback for the season. And so that leads me to this, is that he was selected to play on the All-Star team. And so that team gets to go around to different towns, different states to play and represent our organization as the Pittsburgh Elite flag football team. Well, because of how all the players were selected in certain positions, Calix actually was on the team behind the number 1 quarterback. And so what that meant was he wasn't going to be quarterback. And the only other position available for him was center. Now, in flag football, the centers can be very key. It's not the same as tackle where you're just blocking, but the center is a very key position. And so after the first couple of practices, the center is not the central focus of the offense. The quarterback, the running back, and the receivers are. And so Calix went from a scenario where he was in every play, calling every play, understanding everything that goes in, leading the league in that category, to now he goes to being a center, where your job is to hike the ball, and the focus is not around you. And so as a 10-year-old, 9-year-old at the time, man, that takes some adjustment. It's like you take a kid from being in every play to now not even being considered. And some kids, that's enough to have them quit. And so I want to commend my boy right here, because he was a little upset in the first couple of practices about, like, he's not looking at me, he's not thinking about me, I can catch. And what we did in the offseason to prepare was we hiked the ball perfectly, got the shotgun perfect, worked on short routes, and worked on catching the ball every single time. And I told him, listen, when you're on a team like this, or on any team, you have to put forth your best effort in whatever the coach needs you to do. And when they call your number, you got to show up. And if you don't show up, they're not going to call your number anymore. And so that's what we focused on. We focused on making sure that we were prepared, that we knew all the plays, that there was no fumbled shotgun snaps, and that every single time the ball got thrown to him, he was catching it. Well, that takes a little bit of time to build that up, to build some confidence in the coach and the rest of the team. And so Calix did exactly what I said. He is one of the most hyped people on the offense. When the running back is scoring, Calix is like the second, third person in the end zone, because he's running down the whole field excited. He doesn't care if he's scoring or somebody else is scoring. But when he does score, it's an exciting time. And he ended up being a major contributor to that team, to where on first downs and extra points and goal line stances, they're looking to call Calix's number. And so that was a proud moment for me, because I knew that he really was a focal point of his other team, and now he had to switch roles. And I'm so impressed at him being able to just make the adjustment. So, Calix, question for you. So you went from being a top-notch quarterback and leading the league, and then you went to a center. Can you tell me, after the first couple of practices, I alluded to it already in the videos, but tell me, or tell them from inside, an athlete that's going through that, what that feels like, to be moved situations and you're the man and then now you're not the man.
I mean, it's like it's like very like heartbreaking because you have the ball like every play as the quarterback, and snapping the ball and just watching everybody else get the ball, it's just very hard. Like just not getting the ball.
Yeah, and I sensed that, and we talked about it. And after our conversation, and as you started to go to practice, what was your focus? Like, what was your main focus on the team aside from now that you've made it past this transition? What was your main focus to keep you excited, to keep you going, to keep you coming to practice and working hard every play?
Just have fun and accept that I'm not gonna get the ball every play, just like everybody else.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And now, I know that you've seen it, I've seen it, where players, when they make that transition or they're not getting the ball, they kind of slough off. It's like if the ball's not coming to them, they're not giving 100%. And I know that many, many times you were always in the play, always excited, always running down the field, always hyped, first person to dap the scorer up. Why, why did you put emphasis on that part of the game?
Because no matter what, if we win, we win. And it doesn't matter what your numbers are looking like, anybody else's numbers are looking like. A win's a win, and it's putting dubs in the book.
My man. This is my guy right here. And I tell you, man, take pride in developing young people in sports. Take pride in that. And a lot of times, your own son will listen to another coach before they listen to you. And so I'm glad that we had an opportunity to connect and really discuss that and talk about the roles of players on teams. And so what I want to emphasize to you, parents, young athletes, is that your roles will change, okay? You're not always going to be the man. And you're not always going to be at the bottom of the barrel because different ages, you get different talent, you get different skill level. And so what I encourage you to do is make sure you stay coachable. It's very, very important to stay coachable. When a coach asks you to do something, if they see any type of dissatisfaction, frustration, that puts a message in their brain that that kid's not serious about this team. And so as a result of Calix buying into that, not just listening to it, but buying into it, in the championship game, they had 3 touchdowns. He scored 2 of them. And he had a very, very exciting season. And he's got that position locked down. And I tell you what, being a center in flag football may not be the most prideful position, but Calix added a whole new aura to that position. In order to come in and take that position from him on this team, you got to be a top-notch center. That means every snap in a shotgun is on the money, and you got to catch every single ball. And that's important because flag football on defense, the defensive scheme is not focusing on the center. So if you got a center who can catch and has got a little bit of speed, you're going to catch people slipping, and that's what we did. So, message to everybody out there, all the young athletes, remain coachable. Remain coachable. Don't talk back to your coach. Pay attention when he's talking. Follow the instructions and buy into the team concept. No matter what you do, if you're given a job, do that job the best of your ability. And even if you're not getting the ball, it's part of a team game. So, with that being said, we just get better. We get better in our personal relationships, we get better in our education, and we get better in our sport. We'll talk to you guys next time. See you later. Are you going to say bye?
Bye.